Before you spend 2 hours waiting in line for the Secret Lair Superdrop on October 13th, you need to know if it's worth your hard-earned money and time. In this video, I will be going through all 10 drops, yes, 10 of them, in this video to see if they're worth your money or if they're even usable in your decks. My name's James, better known as MTG Versus. Let's find out if these are a steal or no deal. Kicking off this super drop is a banger of a Secret Lair. One card alone is worth more than the entire Lair drop, and it's not even the most expensive one. In the Artist Series, Kieran drop for $29.99 in non-foil or $39.99 in rainbow foil, you get 4 cards with gorgeous new art. Starting with Lord of the Pit, a 69-cent card with only a 0.15% inclusion rate according to EDH Rec, and Northern Paladin, a 79-cent card that hasn't seen a reprint since 7th edition with a small inclusion of just 0.3%. But that is where the disappointment ends. You also get Armageddon. Whilst it only has an inclusion rate of 0.91%, mainly due to stigma around mass land destruction, it's great for high-powered decks and comes in at $12.99. And the reason this Secret Lair is worth its price is because you also get Demonic Tutor. Even with multiple reprints, the cheapest printing of this card still sits at $54.99 and has a 20.1 inclusion rate in decks that can run it. It's one of the best tutors in Magic and brings the total value of this drop to over $69. It's the best way to get hold of Demonic Tutor unless you own a printer. So this is definitely a steal. Moving on, we have Jaws, Terror of Amity Island. For $39.99 in non-foil and $49.99 in rainbow foil, it comes with its very own disclaimer. From the announcement article, it reads, Secret Lair Jaws, Terror of Amity Island contains a new to Magic card, Jaws, Relentless Predator. A universes within version of Jaws, Relentless Predator will appear in future Magic release, so this drop will not be available through WPN stores as we've done with recent drops containing new to Magic cards. Until then, swim at your own risk. Even with the new card Jaws Relentless Predator not being able to be priced as it's a new to Magic card, this still has some insane value. We have a Braid, only a 35-cent card, but it is a staple in red removal and shows up in 11.5% of decks that can run it. Sneak Attack, a $6.99 card that's perfect for big creature strategies with a 2.3% inclusion rate according to EDH Rec. Reckless Endeavor, a $13.99 card that goes great in treasure-focused decks and a total inclusion rate of 0.95%. And Descent into Avernus, a $15.99 card that shows up in 3.36% of decks that can run it. And it's the reason I've seen many games come to an end quickly. The value of this drop is just over $37, even without the pricing of Jaws Relentless Predator. And even with that, unless that interests you, this for me is no deal. The most surprising drop for me in this entire super drop is this one, Secret Lair The Office, Dwights Destiny. At $29.99 for non-foil and $39.99 for rainbow foil, I don't know whether I'm disappointed or excited.
That's what she said.
Starting with Recyclops Eco-Friendly or Garruk Relentless at Home, a 99-cent card which I can't say I've ever seen played in a game of Commander. It has an inclusion rate of 0.32% of decks. Then Swords to Plowshares, with some fun flavor text, and Dwight dressed as a farmer, a $2.29 card which is a staple in white removal with a whopping 61.9% inclusion rate. We then have Dwight, Assistant to the King, otherwise known as Baral, Chief of Compliance, a $2.99 card which actually breaks the top 500 commanders at rank 475 with over 4,400 decks. We then have Dwight a Lantern, another popular commander, ranked 275 out of all commanders at $9.99, otherwise known as Reaper King. The drop then comes with Steel Shaper's Gift, an incredibly powerful equipment tutor for $10.99 and an inclusion rate of 2.87%, with the name of Dwight's Weapon Stash. Seems fitting. And the most expensive card in the drop being Heliod's Suncrown, or Dwight Schrute Hayking, a $20.99 card, another commander ranked at 493. So 3 top 500 commanders with a total over $48. again, making this weird little man an absolute steal. Moving on to Dreaming Darkly, a 4-card drop, $29.99 for non-foil, $39.99 for rainbow foil, featuring art by Jim Woodring. Starting off with Rune of the Hidden Realm, a 49-cent commander with over 3,000 decks at rank 649. Soul Herder, a 279 staple for Exile and Flicker decks with an inclusion rate of 4.53%. Glen Elendra Archmage, an $11.99 staple in many types of decks for its versatility with a 2.18 inclusion rate. And Guardian Project, another $11.99 card that is also considered a staple in many green decks as its consistent drawability is second to none, with an inclusion rate of 8.17%. The total value of cards in this drop only reached just over $27, so unless you're in love with the art, for me this is no deal. These next drops are part of a trilogy. Perfect for you 90s crazed fans, these are all Furby based drops. Yep, Furby's now in Magic the Gathering. They're available in non-foil for $29.99, foil for $39.99, or rainbow foil for $59.99. The first drop is Furby Due Nula. I think that's the saying they used to have. All the cards in this drop can be considered staples. There's not much else to say about them apart from they all have cute little Furbies on them. But the cards are Explore at 35 cents, Inspiring Call at 59 cents, Distant Melody at 99 cents, Soul Ring at $1.99, and Chromatic Lantern at $3.49. The total value of this drop is under $10. It's even under $7.50, so for me it's an absolute no deal. The next drop is a little bit better, but it still leaves us wanting more, as you'll see. In Furby the Gathering, we've got Tormenting Voice at 35 cents, Miscast at $2.99, Phyrexian Arena at $3.49, Tamiyo's Safekeeping at $3.99, and Sphere of Safety at $4.49, with a total value of $15.31. Again, unless you're an avid lover of these weird little animatronic terrifying things, then for me it's a no deal. Now onto the final Furby drop, and it's safe to say this one is miles better. This one has great value and great cards. Furby the Odd Bodies. Starting off with a blue staple with 3.8% inclusion, Serum Visions at 79 cents. But this is the only card worth less than $1 in this drop. Moving on, we have Hullbreaker Horror at $4.99. This card provides big creature and repetitive bounce, so an inclusion rate of 7.69%. Spellskite, another staple, great protection piece at $9.99 and an inclusion rate of 3.36%. Maddening Cacophony, a $10.99 staple for mill strategies and a 2.05 inclusion rate. And Umbris Fear Manifest, a $14.99 card that is the commander of the deck I've built recently, linked in the description if you want to check it out, with over 6,900 decks according to EDH Rec. It's currently ranked at number 265. So this drop that brings back my own childhood nightmares sits at just under $42 worth of value. For me, this is an absolute steal, even with the terrifying Furby cards on top, as that just adds to the flavour. Next is Trick or Treat, available at $29.99 for non-foil and $39.99 for rainbow foil, featuring some fantastic art by Sam Hamer and Ryan Roadkill. These cards are quite popular. Starting off with Satoru Umezawa, a 59 cents card but ranked at number 101 for the most popular commander. Liberator Urza's Battlethopter, a $5.99 card that goes in almost every colourless deck I've ever come across. Wilhelt the Rock Cleaver at $9.99 and the 27th most popular commander. Vito, Thorn of the Dusk Rose, a $10.99 card just outside the top 500 commanders, but great in life gain and vampire strategies. And Voja, Jaws of the Conclave, also a $10.99 card ranked at the 38th most popular commander for elves. Anyway, the value of this drop is just over $38 for its cheapest printing, so the fact that this art rocks in my opinion, and the foil is just $39.99, I'd consider this a steal. Before we go into the final two drops, if you like the video, please consider subscribing. I'm trying to get to 500 subs before Christmas, and let's try to get this video to 100 likes whilst we're at it. And now the final two drops, both in partnership with Iron Maiden, yeah, the rock band your dad used to listen to. Both of these come in at $29.99 for non-foil and $39.99 for rainbow foil. First up, we've got Iron Maiden album art. Starting with Lethal Scheme, a 49-cent card that plays great in many black decks with a 1.88% inclusion rate. Lignify, a 79-cent card, another great removal piece, this time for green, with a 1.69% inclusion rate. Unearth, a true black staple at 99 cents, found in 3.19% of decks that can run it. Grave Titan, another black staple in 2.31% of decks at $1.79. Temporal Trespass at $4.49, a high cost blue card but again sees a lot of play at 1.13% inclusion. And Animate Dead at $8.99, another black staple that everyone pretends to read, but it's easier just to do the thing than read the damn card. Now the total value of this drop is under $20 at just over $17 itself. So the card art is brilliant, but unless you're a fan of this, for me, this is no deal. However, the next drop is fantastic, the most expensive drop in the set. And this drop is Iron Maiden's Eddie Unchained, all featuring Eddie, the official mascot of Iron Maiden. The cheapest card in this drop being Eddie, Lord of Light, or Nekazar the Mind Razor at home, the 15th most popular commander, sitting at $2.99. We then have Windfall, a $5.49 card that sees a lot, and I mean a lot, of play at 12.3% inclusion. We then have Eddie, Ghost of the Navigator, or Captain Nagathrod at the 73rd most popular commander at $6.99. We then have Iron Maiden, a $10.99 card that doesn't see much play, but it's Iron Maiden in the Iron Maiden drop, so I'll let that slide. We then have Mindcrank at $16.99, a ridiculous inclusion in any mill deck with a total inclusion rate of 1.58%. And to finish it off, we have Eddie the Judge, or Bruvak the Grandiloquent, ranked at number 293 on the list of commanders, an evil mill card priced at $47.99. This drop provides amazing value even if you don't like Iron Maiden. So for me, this is an absolute steal, over $90 in value. Now, as I've mentioned with Secret Lairs, it is mostly subjective, but at least you know the value and the usability of these cards. And hopefully that will help you make better decisions on October 13th at 9 AM when this super drop goes live. What are your thoughts on these crossovers with Universes Beyond and Secret Lair? Let me know in the comments below. And if you still haven't, please consider subscribing. It really helps me out. Don't forget to give a like. Thank you for watching.